What's up, guys? Welcome back. Took a little bit of a break. We had a great dead week, if you will. I know that the last time we talked was really that, I think, Monday or Tuesday of dead week. It was... I gotta mute everything in the background. I forget, sometimes I mess up. Anyway. Got to spend a little time with the family. With the military taking away that first 2 weeks of summer, really, I owe a lot to the kids, especially this year, right? Going from, I was driving an hour and a half one way to school. So that's 3 hours of driving a day. During the season, man, it was killer. I missed many, many days just hanging out with the kids. So got some of that little bit of time off. Got to the lake. The lake's a blast. We'd go to Table Rock. Got to see Silver Dollar City. Lots of fun stuff. Get the kids out. Let them have some fun. So got back from that. Started back with some little bit of post-dead week football. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. First, I want to talk about breaking in footballs. So I have some of them here. You all like to see them covered in mud. So this is a team issue. And then so we have two footballs this year. We had some team issue brand new ones and some Wilson GSTs, I believe they are. So pretty excited to try both of these. Obviously, we've got them both treated right now with the, I think it's Lena Blackburn mud. I don't know. I don't speak English, so. But the old MLB stuff. So baseball, football mud started being, advertised for football a little more just in the last 4 or 5 years that I've seen. So got them all conditioned, got them rubbed down with some mud, and I just wonder, what are the tactics you guys are using to break in your footballs? I've seen heat. Heat is a big one. I don't have a heat gun. I might try my wife's hair dryer or something, although she's very curly-headed, and I don't know that she has a heat gun. I mean, a hair dryer. So I had heard that heat is a big help when it comes to breaking them in, whether that's making them absorb that conditioning, that leather conditioner better or what. So I have noticed that the team issue footballs are a little bit harder to break in just through the first brushings and leather conditioner. They felt like rubber footballs still. The Wilsons broke in pretty good. I kind of, weird enough, recently added to a veterans football coaching group. So shout out to those guys. It's really neat. And by veterans, I mean military veteran, not coaches who've been coaching a long time. The word veteran is so weird. And so I asked them, and that was the very first person that said anything about breaking in a football was, you need to have the heat. So pretty interested to see how this break-in method works. I just went brush, Barbasol, brush, leather conditioner, and then mud, and of course I'll brush it off, and I'm thinking I'll probably leather conditioner one more time. So pretty interested to see how you guys are breaking in your footballs. You can, if you're watching live on Twitter, oh, what up, Coach BJ? If you're on Twitter and you've got something you do different, put it in the chat, and if you're watching on YouTube, leave it in the comments so other people can find it, and I can find it and steal it from you and make my footballs better. So we did, we did 3 team issue and 2 full-size Wilsons and then 2 youth Wilsons. So we'll kind of see how things go. I also found out from Kenny yesterday, so we're going to talk conditioning next. And both podcasts, weirdly enough, talk conditioning about the same time. It's this getting back from dead week. Now it's time to start figuring out what you're doing to get game ready, or as game ready as you can be. And so you want to hear my full spiel on all that, jump over to the podcast episodes. I think Kenny and I dropped it yesterday, so you can get on the Coaching 101 podcast and hear us talk, kind of getting back and refocusing after dead week. Joe and I's conversation will be delayed about 2 weeks, so probably next Thursday, so mid-July-ish. Anyway, I found out from Kenny Simpson in Arkansas, if you get to the state championship game, you have to use a Wilson football. So I wondered what other states have the same rules. I don't know about Oklahoma. I've never considered that you wouldn't be able to use your own game ball. You can use your own as long as it's a Wilson, but if you use a team issue or something else, apparently in Arkansas you cannot, you won't be able to use your own footballs. You have to use somebody else's. So maybe if you're a team issue guy, you follow the break-in protocol here that we used because those Wilson footballs break in really quick. So maybe that gets you to where you want to be with a broken football, but just for one game. I don't know. Just something to consider. Talk conditioning a little bit, and then we'll get out of here. Once again, I want to keep these not as short as possible, but I don't want to go over 20, 30 minutes. The conditioning. So, it's a big, just in my time, moving from a high school football player to going to the military, which we don't condition, right? In the military, that'd be weird. But I guess we kind of prepare ourselves for everything. And we do have PT, which has got some sprinting in it. It's got some distance in it, cardiovascular stuff. So, and then getting back into being a football coach, I've noticed that not a lot has changed conditioning for a lot of people. And so I kind of wonder, where are you guys at? We're going to use multiple variations of conditioning, but a lot of game type, game looking reps. Less of the old school gassers, right? Like, there's some stuff that's just outdated, I think, and not everyone does, and that's okay, right? You guys that don't mind doing gassers, look, I ran them a couple of years ago, right, with my kids. We ran gassers for punishment. We ran gassers for conditioning. Some, not a lot, and I took my little butt out there and ran all the conditioning with the players, so they knew, like, hey, we're not asking you to do anything that we wouldn't do, which is a big part of leadership in the military, is that servant leadership. Yes, you have to do stuff that we're not currently doing, but you need to know that we are willing to do it. Anyway, so I thought, I'd love to hear you guys talk about some conditioning, and the podcast make it a weird situation where you can't reach out to me and talk back because you're just listening in your car or whatever. I guess you can comment on the YouTube videos as we get them posted on each of the YouTube, whether that's with over at Joe Daniel Football on YouTube or Kenny Simpson's site. We are posting both podcasts up, but I really wanted to get y'all's intake now as we jump back into, hey, we're off dead week. We're getting ready to go prep for that fall install, getting the scrimmages and game time, being game ready with conditioning. So, anywho, very interested to hear y'all's input on both of those. So please comment, leave text, share, whatever it is. Let me know what you're doing for your ball break-in, if any at all. Maybe you just like footballs out of the bag. I don't know. And then what are y'all guys doing for conditioning? All right, as always, it's been fun, guys. We will see you tomorrow.